From the menu, it was clear that the walls still stand is looking to scare you. This was mainly through the use of spooky music. It didn't continue for the rest of the game, but it's worth saying that sound design has a lot to do with walls and its horror experience, something I'll discuss later on. Despite being what I consider a largely minimalist game, Walls offers a great looking environment. It helps that it takes place in a real life location that's infamous. You could say that choosing this location for the game's setting is like starting from second or third base, but I'll take this over another overused place such as a haunted mansion. The lighting in Walls had a lot to do with how its environment came off. For the most part, Walls makes use of a fairly limited color palette, but there are parts where neon lights stand out. If anything, it's because of the limited color palette that these lights come off the way that they do. In general, all of this adds up to deliver an atmospheric environment that's incredibly dense. I don't want to go so far as to say that it's like Kamurocho in the Yakuza series, but if you were to imagine a single area version of that, then you'd get what Walls has to offer. As I previously mentioned, Walls offers great sound design. It's straight up haunting and it probably sounds cliche to say, but being able to accomplish that is easier said than done. Due to Walls largely being minimalist, what's present has a lot of heavy lifting to do. Playing it with headphones on made things even better. This eventually had great part to do with how Walls came off because it was recommended to make note of any and all sounds that stood out and to respond quickly to them. If anything, I'd say that this confused me more than it helped. It's because it's the kind of game that wants you to look into and analyze what's around you, mainly to uncover what it's about, but there were moments where all that did was waste my time. At times my thinking was so abstract that I thought that I needed to kick a soccer ball at the right moment and height in order to try to hit a menacing figure that jumped from one location to the next. It's possible that this, along with some of the other things that I did/thought of doing in Walls, was intended by the devs, but I would have preferred a little more hand-holding. Generally, I'm the kind of player that believes that the less hand-holding a game has, the better off it'll be. With how Walls was, that's not entirely the case. It's because there's a lot more to it besides what's seen on the surface level. I didn't understand all of the available mechanics, such as being able to close my eyes. At one point I was asking myself if I had to close my eyes at the right moment, or if it was just another detail meant to throw me off. It also didn't help that there were certain moments where button prompts disappeared almost as soon as they appeared. This led to one of the endings I got, so chances are that was meant to come off that way. What I'm getting at is that playing through Walls reminds me of that English literature meme. It's the one where a teacher gives a lengthy response as to why blue curtains were meant to represent something much deeper than they initially appeared to. On the other hand, there's the author's response that says something along the lines of, "I just wanted the curtains to be blue." The devs of Walls managed to accomplish something worthwhile because even after having finished playing, I'm left wondering what was intended, unintended, and I'm putting my liberal arts education into overdrive. I guess the answer to that is the game/experience is what you make of it. It's been a while since I last played a game like The Walls Still Stand, and I have my reasons. One of the main reasons is that it's easy to overthink things that aren't meant to be viewed so deeply. I've always pointed to the vanishing of Ethan Carter as the ideal walking simulator because it was able to offer a cinematic and hands-on experience at the same time. The Walls Still Stand didn't accomplish that to the same degree as Vanishing, but there was enough here to keep me entertained for a little over 90 minutes. The Walls Still Stand is a kind of walking simulator that makes people not want to play walking simulators. It's very minimalist and more of a puzzle game with horror elements rather than vice versa. I can see why this is a game, but from what I experienced, I don't think it's worth going out of your way to play it. If you enjoy the struggle that comes as a result of trying to figure out a game, give The Walls Still Stand a try. If you're not up for that and in general dislike walking simulators, you may be better off playing something else. What do walking simulators have to accomplish to get you interested in them? What kind of horror games are you into? If you enjoyed this content, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much for watching.